Hola, bienvenidos a mi canal de AJ Storytime Channel for Kids. Feliz Cinco de Mayo! Hello and welcome to AJ Storytime Channel for Kids. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and happy Cinco de Mayo! You know, a lot of Mexicans celebrate Cinco de Mayo in Mexico, the country, and also here in the United States. So I hope that you can celebrate this Cinco de Mayo with some great tacos. I love those tacos. Chicken tacos, tacos al pastor, Taco Thursday, any taco is great. So I hope that you join us this Cinco de Mayo to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. And this book that we are going to read is called Cinco de Mayo by Aurora Garcia. Let's learn about this beautiful and great celebration that they do every year on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, a day for celebrating. Viva Cinco de Mayo. On May 5th, floats are decorated. Dancers, singers, and children dressed in festive clothing ride on floats in parades. Many Mexican Americans celebrate their heritage on this day. They celebrate with parade, festivals, music, and dancing. They celebrate pride and freedom. Celebrations from city to city. Cinco de Mayo is celebrated all across the country. The holiday is celebrated in Chicago, Denver, San Antonio, and many other cities. In San Antonio, Texas, many people clap to the beat of the popular Latino groups performing on stage in Market Square. Celebrations in Mexico. In the country of Mexico, many Mexicans celebrate Cinco de Mayo in a city called Puebla. Cinco de Mayo is also celebrated in many other cities in Mexico. In Mexico, there are festivals and parades. At the festivals, food is sold from booths, celebrated and decorated in bright colors. But why do we celebrate Cinco de Mayo? Exactly, that was my question. Why do we celebrate it? Why do we celebrate? Cinco de Mayo means 5th in Spanish. On May 5, 1862, a battle took place in Puebla, Mexico. This holiday celebrates the Mexican army winning the battle against the French army. Cinco de Mayo celebrates the unity and pride of the Mexican people. Today, at the festivals, men dress up as soldiers and pretend to have a fight. Mexico always wins in these make-believe battles. Now you know why they celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Because what? Because Mexico, the army of Mexico, was battling against the French army, right? Mexican independence. During the 1800s, Mexico was under the control of Spain. On September 15, 1810, Father Miguel Hidalgo united the Mexican people. He encouraged the Mexicans to fight for their freedom. Mexico was free from Spain in 1821. The Mexicans did not know how to run the country. They had two different groups of people trying to run the country. This caused many problems. The Mexican government was not united. Mexican-American War. After Mexico was free from Spain, Mexicans began to argue with people from the United States. The United States government wanted Mexico's land, and Mexico will not give up its land. So Mexico and the United States went to war. This war was the Mexican-American War. The United States won the war, and Mexico had to give up half of its land to the United States. Wow! Money trouble. After the Mexican-American War, Mexico had very little money in its treasury. Mexico had used a lot of money to fight in many battles. They fought France and the United States and Spain. So Mexico owed money to France, Spain, and the United States. Benito Juárez was the president, and he told the other countries he would pay them later. He used the little money Mexico had to help the Mexican people. Wow, Benito Juárez was a good president. France. Napoleon III was the ruler of France. He was very angry when Mexico did not pay, so he decided, guess what? To take land from Mexico. The French wanted to rule Mexico and they wanted to add Mexico's land to their government. Napoleon III sent his army to Mexico to try to take over. Wow, everyone wants Mexico. The French army was very strong. The men in the French army were well trained and they knew how to fight in battle and had good weapons. In 1861, the French army attacked Veracruz, Mexico, and won the battle, and the French took over Veracruz. They began to move to Puebla. The men in the Mexican army were not well trained. Their weapons were old. The Mexican army was small. They did not know how to fight in battles. So President Benito Juárez sent General Ignacio Zaragoza and his soldiers to Puebla to stop the French soldiers. He led the brave men in the Mexican army into a battle. Remember that name, guys. General Ignacio Zaragoza. The Battle of Puebla. General Zaragoza put his men on the two hills outside the city of Puebla. The French soldiers went up the hills to attack the Mexican soldiers, and the brave Mexican soldiers fired their muskets and cannons at them. The French soldiers went back down the hill during the battle. It began to rain, and the rain made it hard for the French soldiers to come back up the hills. The sides of the hills turned into mud, and the French retreat. Victory for the Mexicans. The Mexican soldiers fought hard, and they won the battle against the powerful French army. The battle was called La Batalla de Puebla, and the Mexican people finally had a common cause. Mexicans were proud to say, "Yo soy mexicano." It was a victory against great odds. An American celebration. Later, many Mexicans began to move to the United States to find jobs. And when they came to the United States, they brought along their customs and celebrations. Their celebrations have become part of the American culture. The end. That was really interesting. Oh my goodness. The Mexican people have to fight so much for their land, right? Can you believe that? Mexico is such a great country. I have so many Mexican friends. I love the Mexican food. I love tacos. So I hope that you also celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And remember that in order to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, the Mexican community have to fight the United States, French, and Spain to get freedom in their country. I want also to recommend this book for you to read. It's called Cinco de Mayo by Janet Shaki, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy and learn more about Cinco de Mayo. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye. Feliz Cinco de Mayo.